fish. This beautiful piece.
The red snapper.
No, here.
No, it's not. It's the cup. The black cup.
Black sea bass.
Sea bass.
It's one of them.
Pero you can make it the chili sea bass and you can make it the red snapper. Okay? Okay, put it all.
Okay. We're going to add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil.
Okay.
Now I like to ask every nonna this, and I'm sure you have a very interesting answer.
Okay.
How do you make something extra virgin?
What happened?
How do you make something extra virgin? Come si fa una cosa extra virgin?
Olive. Olive.
Una cosa extra virgin. You know what my nonna says? You don't use it.
Okay, listen, let me explain to this. Okay. This
I think I made her blush. I think I did it.
This you make on the flour a little bit, pero you shake because you don't want it too much extra.
Okay. Yep, we got heat.
Okay. The onion is supposed to smoke, but a little bit more after the hot.
A little bit hotter than hot, if that makes sense. Right before it starts smoking. And that's why we're using extra virgin, and extra virgin, you know, extra virgin has a lower smoking point, so you don't want to overheat it. If you see smoke, you really want to turn that down. But when you see it kind of starting to move in the pan, you know it's ready to be fried, because we want a really beautiful sear on this fish.
Where's the salt? The salt. We're not preparing for salt.
Uh-oh. Anna to the rescue. Okay.
Okay. When you put the egg, you don't put it this way. You put upside down.
Okay. I think it's ready. Yep.
Okay, the fish you put upside down.
There we
Okay. Very good.
Okay, so this is going to be with a really nice sauce, a really nice tomato sauce with
Potato, a
some
little bit of potato, a little bit of
olives,
and a little bit of
capers. Now, if you wanted, you could also add a little bit of broth, like a fish stock to this, but
yes.
we don't.
That's about a little bit of the water.
Or you could do some white wine or some brandy. Do you like brandy? How do you feel about brandy?
Yeah, I like brandy, but you have kids, they can eat brandy. No?
Why not?
No?
Not good for them?
No. Okay, you told the fish.
So it's about a minute on each side just to sear it, because you don't want to cook it too much and then it's very dry.
They come dry, okay.
Okay. So how did you come up with this? What made you decide to make this fish?
Because I know the people that know fish.
Yeah.
Everybody loves fish.
Yes, that's right. And it's really, really simple. And this, you can totally make it.
Okay, I want you to drop the oil because you don't need too much oil.
Right.
Because though they come too grease.
Yeah.
Okay, let me take off the oil.
Okay.
Okay. You put a little bit of the char.
We got some shallots. And we're going to just saute this for a little bit. You can start to smell that great shallot smell right now. And then we're going to use some tomato. This is
You don't put the tomato there. You put this one.
on the other side, just on one side. And these are the crushed tomatoes.
That's the first one.
So I find that nonnas, especially Italian people or any people, are very particular about the kind of tomatoes they use. Either you're a plum, like field tomato person, or you're a fresh tomato person, or you're a canned crushed tomato person.
I know crushed tomato.
See?
Because they have more taste.
Exactly. So if you're one of those people, it's very difficult to get anybody to change to the other, to say plum tomatoes are good. So since these are crushed, you don't have to do anything to them. But if you do have the canned, peeled peeled plum tomatoes, how do you crush them up? Do you put them in a blender? No.
No.
The best way is to get in there with your hands and squeeze them.
Take it off the scissors and you cut the chop. That's the best.
Or you don't like to crush them with your hands?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think because if you put them in a blender, you're gonna get like a tomato smoothie. It's never gonna it's gonna get pink and frothy, and it's never gonna reconstitute to a beautiful red tomato. So you want to crush them with your hands.
Yeah. Okay. Now I put potato.
Now we're gonna add our potatoes that we boiled. These
Boil.
are blanched.
Blanch for 1 minute.
And I love that you can make this all in one pan. This is amazing.
I think I need a little bit of water. A little bit of water.
And we just want to thin it out. So at this point is when you could add the brandy or some white wine, or in this case some water.
You don't need it. You take it off one of the
Yeah, Rago asked me if I wanted to flambe this in front of you, but I thought there's so much hairspray going on right here. I really wouldn't want to do that. That's our hair. No, me too. It doesn't, you wouldn't think, but me too.
Now you put the olive.
We have some pitted olives. And what kind of olives can you use for this? Can you use any kind? Anything you have. So this is reinforcing the concepts of use what you have, use what's in season.
Yeah.
If you were a farmer in
Maybe
Italy,
you take it off the pit.
well, yeah, the pit. Otherwise, you're gonna have problems.
Se no, dopo i denti. Leave it cook a little bit.
And you don't want to cook too long, right? Because otherwise...
No, this is veramente not too long, ma you need it.
See, a lot of people ask me, how long do I cook tomatoes for? And if you're using canned tomatoes, a lot of people think that you need to cook tomatoes for hours because they think that they're raw. But in actuality, canned tomatoes, I actually got to spend some time at the Rienzi farm and cannery this summer. I spent about 3 weeks in Italy, and I went to Basilicata, and then I went to a little town called Palma di Campagna, where tomatoes are canned, and they heat them to 180 degrees Celsius. So those tomatoes that you buy in a can are in fact cooked. So if you keep cooking them and cooking them and cooking them in a sauce or even in the pan, they're not going to get more cooked. What happens is the water
every food
evaporates.
they need a tension and they need a time the way time.
But you don't want to cook something too much because then you lose the flavor, the freshness.
Okay, I want to put a little bit of cake.
We're going to add some capers, some salt,
That's it.
and that's it.
That's it.
That's it. Finito.
Finito. Ready.
And this is ready to eat. You can eat this now. Ooh, this looks wonderful. We're going to add a little bit of potato to it. This is fantastic. So everybody, let's hear a big round of applause for Nonna Tina. Say good night, because this is her last performance of the night.
Okay.
And Rosa's going to come back and tell you a little bit about your Pinot Noir that's going to go wonderfully with this fish.
Everybody can see? Okay, Rosa.
Hi, everybody. I can speak about Pinot Noir, but we all know Pinot Noir. It either comes from Aragon or it comes from other parts of the world. This one comes from California. But the thing that makes this particular Pinot Noir so special is the ranch. This ranch is Fred McMurray's ranch. It's called McMurray Ranch Pinot Noir. Fred McMurray bought it way back, probably something like 50, 60 years ago. It used to be a cattle ranch. But the area is an amazing area. I've been there. It's gorgeous. Between between the air and the earth and everything, these people believe in doing everything natural. They have a love for it. The ranch has a cattle, it has the original house, you know, the one where the animals used to be inside, and the electricity is still natural. It is a trip. If you're ever in California, you must go and see this particular ranch. The daughter Kate still lives it. She was brought up on the property. Everything is made out of wood. There are 300 years old wood, redwoods, trees that are still growing there. It is an amazing place. Enjoy the Pinot Noir because this Pinot is made with love. Love from Fred. He used to have Frank Sinatra over at the ranch. You know, all the crowd games used to go over there. These were all the most, you know, incredible actors. And he has a love for this ranch, which his daughter still today continues to do in his tradition. Thank you.